What is going on, guys? We are back, and today we're learning some more about bees. Now let me tell you guys, I've been reading up and watching videos and all this stuff on all the bee things that you can basically do with forestry, and it's a little confusing. So I'm going to go over some of the things that I learned today, but another thing that we are going to be doing today is we have a new island over here, and I kind of made this quick. The bottom is not made out of just dirt yet, and I still have not gone back and finished this bottom right here, but we're going to be using this today. And I actually don't know if this island is big enough, but we're going to be putting down this farming station. I took this from the old base, and we were using this to get food, but since we fly around a lot now, we don't really lose a lot of hunger, so I haven't been needing food as much, and I have a big stockpile of all the food back at our old base that I can bring over. So we're going to actually be using this for wheat and seeds, and I'm not going to use the wheat for food. I'll explain this later when we start setting this up, but first I want to go over a couple of the things that I've been doing with the bees. And you can see I got a lot of flowers out here now. These do randomly appear from like pollination, but you know, whatever. It looks pretty. So I did make a couple more apiaries, and I have been using these things constantly. I made an apiar's chest or whatever it is. Yeah, apiar's chest. And this is just for storing bees, and I actually did not ID a lot of these bees using the beealyzer. You can see it says unknown genome for a lot of them, and these are just kind of the general bees that I have. But if we go back here, I've been working my way towards, well, at least what I found out is there's like two different types of bees that you really want. You want imperial bees and industrious bees, and the imperial bees produce royal jelly. The industrious bees produce pollen, which is for like the tree mutations, I think. And so I've been going for the imperial bees because the royal jelly is what you're going to use to make, oh god, I don't even know what it's called. Let's see, it's right here, the alveary, which I think is above an apiary. And you can see if you do like, can we even, where is it? Just an alveary block. You need scented paneling, which requires royal jelly, which you get from imperial bees. They have a chance of making that. And then imperial bees require majestic and noble. And majestic requires noble and cultivated, and noble requires common and cultivated. So you got to do all of that, and that's what I've been working my way up to. And you can see in here we've got like one, this is a forest drone, but like if we take a look at this in the beealyzer, you can see, let's put this in there, you can see its inactive trait is noble, so that's why it's got orange there, but it's still called a forest drone. And I'm not sure how these work, but I think even if it's an inactive trait, you can still pass that on. So it's not like a purebred noble, which I don't even know if you go for those, but it still can pass on the noble trait. So that is actually kind of useful for me when I'm trying to make these. And then this one is actually a diligent inactive trait, but I'm not working towards those. But I just had a fresh batch in here, and I wanted to show you guys what's going on. So I did make a couple more frames, as you'll see, but that's what we're actually working towards today with the farm. But we've got a forest drone, a noble princess, and then a cultivated drone, and this has the inactive whatever, the inactive genes. And we got a majestic princess. So this is the first majestic I've ever gotten. So pretty excited about that, because that means that I'm almost to an imperial bee. But I'm just going to snag these out of here real quick, grab all these bees before I grab any of the combs. And I really don't have much inventory space right now. I need to make some bags for all this stuff, but you know, I'm too lazy to do that. So okay, so I'm actually getting pretty full in here, and ooh, noble princess. Okay, that's good. This is a good sign. So I'm actually gonna throw in a new batch with you guys and just show you what I've been doing. I can get all the combs out now. Okay, there we go. And you can see I've run out of a couple frames. These are just impregnated, which as far as I know is the best you can get without, like, the proven frame is really good, but you can't make that. You have to get that from the village. So I'll stick with impregnated. And so what we're gonna do is I actually have a chart up on the other screen, and basically it's I think it's right, but I'm not, I assume it's right, and it's the best path to take. But it says to go meadows and forest to make common, and then you go common and forest to make cultivated, which you put with common, and you can get either diligent or noble, which you put with cultivated, and that'll either make unweary from diligent or majestic from noble. And we're going for the imperial, which means we want majestic. So right now we need to put majestic with a noble. And let's see, so you use a noble princess, or a majestic princess. I don't know if this matters, if it matters which is the drone and which is the princess. I really hope it doesn't, but if it does, then I'm just kind of screwing myself over. But we do have majestic princess, and you guys might be cringing right now if I'm doing this wrong and I'm wasting a majestic princess, but whatever, you know, it happens. One thing that I want to do though is I want to make a purebred noble, because I feel like that would be good. So we have 2 princesses here, and then we've got I feel like we should have a noble drone somewhere. Did I just use our only noble drone? Wow. Okay, whatever. We've got noble princesses, and then we're going to use some cultivated drones. It's a cultivated diligent. Do we have any cultivated noble? There we go. Cultivated. We got 2. Okay. So I think this should do a good job of getting us majestic. Not too sure though. Like I said, you know, I don't know if it matters which one is the drone and which one is the princess. But you know, whatever. We can risk it. And do we have any more? This is cultivated, but I'm not too sure actually how that works. I kind of want to try cultivated and then cultivated because this has a noble inactive gene, but I'm not too sure. Not too sure. So I'll throw it in there and we'll see how that goes. I'll take a nap and then we'll get to the rest of the episode just because this can work while we do the rest of our good stuff. And it's not looking like we have any other princesses that we can use in here. We have a Meadows princess. So what I might do is just try to make some more cultivated. So we'll do a Meadows and a common. And we'll just toss that in here. Okay. So now we got those guys going. And we can sleep. And then we can start working on the other island. So I'm sorry if that was a little boring. But that is really what I've been doing recently. It's not super exciting. I've actually been watching Big Bang Theory on my other monitor, and then I just kind of like sit right next to my bed, wait till the particles go away or I need to sleep, and then I go out and check them. And I don't know if there's any way to speed that up. Obviously they can have different lifespans, but once you get to the best speeds, you're just going to leave them and automate them. But for now, I really have to pick and choose which ones I want to put back, so automation right now isn't my top priority. So if we come over here, I can just centrifuge all this up, and I've been putting most of the honey towards analyzing bees, but you know, I just leave the rest of the stuff in here. I moved this around a little bit. I did put a oh god, what's it called? A fluid conduit between the squeezer and the carpenter, because with making the frames you need seed oil, and if you don't have anything connecting them, you can only transport like 1,000 millibuckets at a time using like a canister or a can, and that was kind of annoying because you could make every 100 seed oil, you could make more impregnated sticks. So I just connected these two back behind them. Yeah, so I cleaned this up a little bit, but the main objective today that we're going to be working on, I'll leave these in here actually, is getting seeds and getting wheat and putting that into a squeezer. Now, if we just do seeds, that gives us 10 seed oil, and then right here, we'll just use plain seeds, and if you put that in a sag mill, the wheat in a sag mill, you get seeds too. And because I don't really need the wheat, I was thinking that we'll just turn power into seed oil, and then we'll turn that into impregnated frames, which will go into there. And that's really my plan for now. So we're going to take the farming station and 2 of these photovoltaic cells. Since I'm keeping it daytime most of the time, and I think 2 should be enough for now to power it, we'll stick with 2. And I don't even know if this is big enough right now. So does this seem like a good spot for the center? Like right here? No, we can move it over here a little bit. Okay, so we'll put it, how's right there? That seems pretty good. Okay, so we'll break some of the stuff around here because we don't need that in our farming area. And let's see. Okay, so this actually has a lot of our food from before. We don't need that in there. And I'm actually going to have to get seeds, but this should be good if we hook it up. If we just put 1 photovoltaic cell on it, that'll power it, but that looks better. But the problem is, I feel like 2 of these will be, like, clearly they'll be more effective. So This is really going to bother me, guys. This is going to bother me so much. Holy crap, you guys have no idea. Symmetry, or, like, basically if there isn't symmetry, that just kills me. But this is better, and I'll upgrade them later, but I don't have the ender pearls necessary to make the better cells, so we'll have to stick with this. And I have all this food in my inventory that I don't, like, have a need for. That's unfortunate. I'm running really low on storage space over here, and I need to make an ME system, but I'm really lazy, and I don't have a good enough power source yet is the problem. So for now, oh god, I hate ditching all those, but we're going to ditch those, ditch the single coal, and that should open up some space for us. Okay, so I need to go get some seeds, and I do have bone meal, so I can get more from each one. If you look around here, though, it's really funny, because I only had cleared this one area before, but now all these areas around here are all cleared because I ran around just breaking and breaking and breaking stuff to get seeds. And over at spawn, there's more broken too, but you can see there's like little patches where I didn't clear it out fully, and I'll have to go do that later. But you guys can see, this is basically what I've been doing off camera, is just getting seeds for seed oil. And so I just like walk around like this and just like break all this stuff. Get a lot of seeds, and it works with a bunch of different types of seeds, so you don't only have to get the seeds that are for wheat, but those are the ones we need right now, obviously, because we are trying to grow wheat. Okay, so let's make sure we get all these seeds. Any ones that we can't use, I'll just turn into seed oil anyway. And wow, we only got 8 seeds from that. That is unfortunate. I want to get like at least enough to start a solid farm. That's a bad area back there, though. Like right here. This is prime right here. You just run around breaking all these, grabbing the seeds. Then you go down a layer and you just run around, break more, grabbing more seeds. And we'll call it there, because I don't want to make you guys go through all of that. It's a little painful to watch, but we'll only have to do it like once now. Now that I've finally caved and I'm going to start setting this up. So we got like no seeds. Okay. Well, it's going to take a while to plant, I think, because of the lack of power. And from what I recall, it's slightly weird with how it goes about this. But it'll eventually plant all of these, and eventually I'll hook it up to a Tesseract. But right now, do I want to move our Tesseract? The problem is this thing burns power constantly. It burns power whether or not it's harvesting stuff, which kind of makes me hesitant to throw a Tesseract on here. Like you can see, it's burning power right now. So I assume it'll plant stuff eventually. I'm going to put a water source block below this, actually. Forgot to do that. Do I have a bucket on me? I do not have a bucket on me. Darn it. Okay, well I have like 4 buckets over here. And I guess I could make more cells for that. I'm kind of lazy. I don't really feel like it, but if I need to, I can always do that. And we got some bone meal. We can ditch these seeds because those seeds are horrible. Do not need that or that. Okay, so that's good. And we can toss these in the squeezer because we're not going to need those. Yep. Good, good. Yes, yes. And it's not planting more. God damn it. It planted 1. That's all it did. Oh, there we go. Now it's cooking. It's on a roll. God damn. Okay, I'm going to break this just to get the dirt. Okay. So that should be good. I don't know why it just planted those all of a sudden. Maybe it was because like I came back over. Who knows? And what was the last thing I wanted to do? I wanted to bone meal some of these. Let's see how it harvests. I'm going to need to hook it up to a chest too. Okay, so it's going. Nice, nice. Hopefully that helps it out with its seeds. Okay, so now we gotta hook this thing up to a chest. I don't even remember the range. I think it's 3 by 3 by 3. I don't know. But we do have the item conduits, and I did have enough before, so it should be good. And bring it out here. So I'd assume that we can put a chest here. Yeah, we should be able to. I guess I'll have to make one. I don't feel like making another crafting bench, so I'll just come back over here. Make it over in our house. I already have enough random crafting benches that are just kind of laying around, so we do not need more. We'll just make a wooden chest for now. Can't imagine we're going to have that much excess with the lack of power that we're giving this thing. Okay, so slap that down there, and can have an insert, and from over here it can extract without redstone. Okay, so it got 10 wheat. So I think we can actually reprocess this right now, and I wonder if our bees are still going. Yeah, it looks like it. Okay, it should be done soon. Usually, I don't know with the different life cycles, but usually it's done between like 1 day, kind of. Okay, so we're going to take our sag mill and throw these in there. Okay, so it gets 2 seeds without putting in any stuff to help you get extra, any flint or whatever you need to put in the side. That's good though. 20 seeds will help us out a lot. And we can throw those in there. Just spread them out a little bit. I really do wonder what determines how often it plants, or like when it's planting these, because that's really peculiar that it's just kind of like sometimes it's not planting and sometimes it is. But this will be good though. I've been meaning to make a farming island for a while, and we can upgrade this eventually if we really want more, because eventually we're going to want to have like frames automatically put in. At least I think you should be able to do that if we're going to automate this whole process, which I do want to, and these will eventually have their own island too, unless I want to combine it with that island, but I don't think I will. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Cultivated drone. I don't know why that's shiny, but we're going to find out. Majestic drone. Okay, so we're going to take all these guys and the combs. Noble. And we'll analyze these guys in a second, but I want to get them all out of here. And I'm super excited because that's the first shiny one I've gotten. Yo, it's like getting a shiny Pokemon. Noble, not bad. That's really what I want, is to stock up on nobles, because I really want to make purebred nobles. I don't know if that's like a thing you do though. Like, I've been saying that. I don't know if people pure breed these. Man, so much clicking. And my mouse is really loud. Like, you guys can definitely hear my mouse right now. I have a Razer Naga, and you know, I had it for like WoW and stuff, but I don't really play that much anymore. So now it's just kind of a really fucking loud mouse that you guys can all hear. Okay, so first, we're finding out why this thing's shiny. I'm pretty hyped about this. Okay, let's go. Oh, so that's an inactive Imperial, which has a normal lifespan. I don't know what the effect is. Beatific. God only knows. Wait, so what is it? So Imperial's the one that we want. So I don't know what we would put this with to get it to be like, that's the thing. Usually it's okay when I see an inactive trait. Like, would you put this with a common, or would you put this with like a noble, or would you put this with majestic? God only knows. So I may stash that one away for later and find out what to do with that, because like that's what I'm going for, but I don't know. So then this is I want to see if we can make any purebred nobles. We've got 3 noble drones here, and do we have any noble princesses? I feel like we did, but then we used that one. So I'm just going to use this and this, which are 2 inactive traded nobles, and we're just going to throw them in there and hope for the best. Typically how I go about things with these bees. And then, do we have any more princesses of like any of these types, common or cultivated? Yeah, we do. Okay, so we've got cultivated and common, and we're gonna go with as many noble drones as we can. Oh, that's a majestic drone. Okay, so we want the majestic to be with a noble princess, so we don't want to do anything with that yet. We'll store that one for later. And that's another noble drone. Okay, so fill this up, and fill this up. Cool. Okay, so let's see over here. No, obviously this wouldn't have anything else because they haven't grown yet. and we will sleep. I don't even know how long I've been recording for right now. And this is a, I apologize, this is a really boring video because like these bees, they're exciting, but like it's a lot of doing stuff and then not doing stuff at the same time. Because like you got to think a lot about what you're doing and putting them together and mixing and matching to get traits and stuff, but it's really uneventful other than that, because you kind of got to wait a while, and I wish there was some way to speed that up, but there really isn't as far as I'm aware. And then this farm issue is you got to wait for that too. Like that's all I had planned for today were these two things, and like both of them are screwing me right now. One thing though that I did want to get your guys' opinion on, and it's a couple things. So I was watching Etho's video, and I was a little bit salty because, first off, I know Etho's sick right now, so I hope he feels better soon. Not that he would see this, but you know, just saying that, everyone can wish him good. I don't even know, good health. I know he made a Twitter post about that, but one of his more recent videos, he decided he was going to build on islands, and I know he's done that before, and so technically I took his idea of building a home on an island, and then he's doing the same thing in his LP, but I was like, oh man, I'm going to be so different, and I'm going to build on an island on Ethos Modpack. He's doing the same thing, so I felt a little violated by that. But the way he's doing it is he's making his thicker, and so obviously my islands are really thin, and I don't know if you guys think that looks good or not. I mean, I don't really mind it, but the way he's doing it is just filling in like a massive block and then shooting away the bottom portion of it with a mining laser. And so I can always go back and manually make these thicker by a couple layers, which I wouldn't mind doing. I also wanted to get your opinion on this, where like there's like a little bit of a land mass. It looks a little out of place on this because it's just sitting over in one corner, but I wanted to make sure I knew where everything was on the island before I started raising a bunch of land masses on it. So I'd like to get your guys' opinion on that too. I could do that with like this island over here. I could put some little like not mountains, but little like bumps, and then on the bottom on this one I tried to make it into like 2 points instead of just one, and I kind of like the way that turned out. I need to put some stone down here though, and obviously this one's thin too, so I wasn't really a fan of that, but you do what you got to do. Yeah, so there's nothing in here, so I'll have to wait on this. I'll figure out a better way to power this. I'll have this fully powered next time. You know, if it takes a couple better cells, then so be it. Yes, it says no power and then no seeds, no power. Just flip back and forth between those. I get it, you don't have power and you don't have seeds, you fucking thing. When I was trying to get the first thumbnail of that, I did not know how to get that to go away. Like, let's try hitting F1. Yeah, F1 doesn't make that go away. So I was trying to take a thumbnail picture of that on like one of my first episodes, and that thing kept popping up with no power, and it was ruining the thumbnail, and I don't even remember how I fixed it. Don't even remember how I fixed it, but I did. I fixed it somehow. So I think that's going to be it for today, guys. I don't even know how short this video was or if it was long, but I know for sure it was boring, and I apologize for that. The whole bee thing, all of this automated by next episode. We'll automate this next episode at least. We won't be breeding more bees or anything, because I'll just do that in my off time. And I actually think there should be an episode up tomorrow, because... or maybe there won't be an episode up tomorrow. It'll at least be an episode every other day, because now I've settled into my routine, and that is what it's going to be, episode up every other day. I hope you guys enjoy that, and if you do enjoy me trying to put out more videos, then I really would appreciate the likes so that I know that you guys are enjoying it. I know I'm doing something right. But yeah, once again, guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to give it a like, and as always, post feedback in the comments. Let me know what you want to see, if you liked seeing something, if I should do something differently, and... can't stress this enough. I'm sorry it was such a boring episode, so please don't flame me for being boring or, you know, unemotional this episode. It was just a lot of thinking. It's hard to think about what I'm trying to do with these bees. These fucking bees, man. Oh my god. I hate bees, dude. I hate bees. I'm starting to hate them a little bit more after learning about them in this too, if that's even possible. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys later.